Greetings and salutations, all you clutchers and clutchies out there, out on YouTube and on TikTok. What's going on, guys? How we doing? This is episode number 16. I'm pumped. I'm excited. Let's get into it. Are you ready? I'm ready. We have a lot of sports to talk about today. First, let's talk about my Boston Red Sox. Wow, do we need to win a lot of games in order to take our division? Will we take the division? I don't know. Possibly not. We could, but we have a lot of work to do right now with the Boston Red Sox. Because here's the thing. We got Kyle Schwarber. I was about to say Didi Gregorius, but we don't have him. We have Hernandez, Dahlback. Wow, we got a lot of talent out there, and we have a lot of stuff to do in order to win some games. But while the New York Yankees are on an 11-game winning streak, can they stop winning? They need to stop winning. Come on, Yankee fans, players out there, lose something. The Red Sox need to catch up. Come on, we weren't supposed to be this good to start the season. We really weren't. I'm surprised I'm even talking about how well the Boston Red Sox are doing right now. I would have never expected that. Never expecting that the Red Sox would be third place in the AL East and striving for a playoff position. Plus, we got the second wild card, which is great. The New York Yankees are first. Then we're second, which is amazing. But, I kind of want us to go over that hump so that we can have the home game in face of New York Bombers. But we won't. It won't happen. But this Red Sox team is trying to show us something. Because here's the thing. We got a big stretch of games going on here. The Red Sox are losing right now as we're speaking. I think if I'm correct. Let me double check. Yes, we are losing 1-0 to the Minnesota Twins. Why? Why are you losing to the Minnesota Twins? They aren't a great team right now in the West or whatnot. We're supposed to be the better team. The Red Sox barely won last night, 11-9. But here's the thing. This team needs to start winning games. They can't be down 0, 2-0, or even 4-0 to sorry teams like the Minnesota Twins, like the Texas Rangers. How do you lose to a last place team? You gave them 40 wins with the win on Saturday night. You lost 10-1. What talent does the Texas Rangers have right now? They don't have any talent. Sure, Brock Holt is the only good talent on the Texas Rangers, but why would you give the Texas Rangers a win? You should have easily swept the Texas Rangers last weekend. Having a 10-1 this bout, not looking good for the Red Sox right then and there. But gratefully, there was supposed to be a hurricane on Sunday, which never happened. But, I'm glad they canceled the game Sunday because, everyone was in a worry, in a big hurry, just in case if, the big hurricane came. But we got the walk-off grand slam from Travis Shaw on Monday night, afternoon, whatever. Great. Red Sox got their 71st win. Awesome. But, Hunter Renfroe, wow, what a great pickup for the Boston Red Sox. If you ask me who's been the best acquisition for Chaim Bloom, it's definitely Hunter Renfroe. Because, wow, is he hitting absolute piss missiles out of Fenway Park the past couple of nights and the past couple of series, too. He's on the verge to hit at least 30, 31, or maybe 32 home runs possibly this season. And if the Red Sox make it to the wild card game, I think he has a huge opportunity to show himself why the Tampa Bay Rays, why the San Diego Padres kind of let him go. Because he hasn't really been in the playoffs, if you ask me as a Boston Red Sox fan. He hasn't really done much for the Tampa Bay Rays, for the San Diego Padres, or whatnot. But, who knows? Maybe Hunter Renfroe can pop up. Maybe he will have a great season for the Boston Red Sox. I think he's the best, probably, outfielder we've had since. I'm not going to compare him to Mookie Betts. I mean, no one can compare him to Mookie, but other than that, Hunter Renfroe has been throwing guys out on the dart, on the money to get players out. He's been hitting absolute home runs. I think he's hit maybe 1 or 2 grand slams. Last night he had a huge 3-run homer and a 2-run shot and whatnot. And it was just amazing to see someone from the acquisition of Chaim Bloom to do really well. It was great. Hi, fans baseball. How's it going? But, here's the thing. Hunter Renfroe is a great acquisition for the Boston Red Sox. He's been doing well. He's been probably one of the best acquisitions that, Bloom has done. Yeah, you can give him crap for not doing anything right for, the Boston Red Sox during the trade deadline. And, sure, you can give him crap for that. But here's the thing. Chaim Bloom hasn't done that bad of a job. I know we needed pitching prospects. We needed, a Max Scherzer, Jose Barrios or whatnot. And Miguel Sano just homered. Now it's 2-0 Minnesota. Come on, Red Sox. Really? It's just like this Boston Red Sox team, it needs pitching. The bullpen needs some more help because here's the thing. Tanner Houck and, Nathan Eovaldi against the New York Yankees, they had great pitching, but their bullpen just couldn't find answers for them. And that's really sad to see as a Boston Red Sox fan right now. We have great pitching in Sale, Houck, Erod, Eovaldi, and whatnot, but the bullpen, it's just the bullpen's crap in the bed right now, and it's not looking very good for the Boston Red Sox. But you need to start winning games if you're the Boston Red Sox right now. Because here's the thing, you can't be losing games like this to a really sad Minnesota Twins team that will probably not make the playoffs. You can't be losing to bad place teams right now. Because here's the thing, if you're playing Tampa Bay or if you're playing New York, I'm a little bit worried as a Boston Red Sox fan. If you're really losing to bad teams, like being down 2-0, being down 3, maybe 4-0, as a Boston Red Sox fan, that's a little bit concerning because you should be beating the absolute crap out of all these bad teams. You should be the ones being up 8-3 or 8-4, 9-4 or whatnot. You should be the one that's up by a lot of runs. You shouldn't be the ones that are down 2-0, down 3-0, 4-1. What is going on with this Boston Red Sox team? We have the power. We have the toys. We have the weapons. We have the players to win some games, but they're just not executing the way that we are supposed to do. And it's not looking good as a Boston Red Sox fan. You should be sweeping the Texas Rangers, who just lost Joey Gallo, Rougned Odor, and whatnot, who lost basically their best pitcher in Kyle Gibson and Ian Kennedy to the Philadelphia Phillies. And the Phillies are a great team. I think they're in first place right now. Kudos to Phillies fans that are watching this. They're in first place. The Mets are creeping up on them and the Braves, but we'll talk about that later. But what's going on, Red Sox Nation? What are you guys doing in order for us to be like this? This is not supposed to be the team. We're supposed to be a bad team right now. We were supposed to be not a team that's looking for a wild card spot. We were supposed to be the team that, isn't a great team. We were supposed to be the team that's probably in dead last, not, God forbid, not behind the Baltimore Orioles, because that team is the joke of the MLB. But we were supposed to be a team that's really looking to strive and looking to do well. Hey, we got my man Austin. What's up, man? Thank you for popping in. Appreciate you, brother. But here's the thing. The Boston Red Sox were not supposed to be the team that they are right now. They were supposed to be the team that could possibly be in fourth place. And, probably some broken doors and broken walls would have been in my house right now. And, this team has been a very surprising team for the MLB right now. So, finally found the channel. There you go. And we have a question right here. You think the Mets are going to make a run for the playoffs and win the division? Austin, now that is a very great question, man. Thank you. I appreciate you for asking that question. Will I think the Mets make a playoff run and win the division? For me being a Mets fan, second favorite team in the MLB, I think that maybe the Mets could possibly make a run. I've been saying this to start the show. When I used to start it back in a couple weeks ago, I've been saying I think this team could possibly be, in the playoffs. The Mets, they made a big splash in the MLB trade deadline, getting Javier Baez, and I think Baez and Rougned Odor would make a great combination of those two. Austin says I don't see it happening. Well, I mean, here's the thing. I feel bad for Mets fans. I really do. I really hope that they can strive well this year, but it seems like they're not the team to do it. But you can't give up hope just yet. Just like the Boston Red Sox being down 3-0 to the New York Yankees in the playoffs. And we all see what's happening. And thank you for whoever gave me the like on YouTube. I appreciate that. It was probably awesome. So thank you, man. But here's the thing. This team has been, very up and down, almost like the Boston Red Sox this season. And here's the thing Austin says. They got weapons. They're not showing it right now, which is disappointing to me. I mean, here's the thing. You and I talked about this before about, the New York Mets and, and whatnot. But this team, the New York Mets, I thought they would have a lot of hype and whatnot because I was hoping because everyone probably knew that the Mets would try to trade to get Chris Bryant. I would have never expected the New York Mets to try to trade for Javi Baez. Yes, I knew that, they were trying to acquire some infield help, but I was thinking that, the Mets would try to get, I don't know, someone like a Trevor Story. And, talk about him. I'm surprised that Trevor Story is still on the Colorado Rockies. I thought they would be, a team that's, not looking for, Trevor Story would have been the answer. But I read something saying that Javi Baez wants to play with Francisco Lindor. And, when I saw that, I was like, oh, and, crap, what was I about to say? And, I was thinking, oh, okay, the Mets will probably sign him in free agency, and, that'll be that. Then I'm watching MLB Network, and I'm seeing Javi Baez is sent in a deal to the New York Mets. I'm thinking to myself, wow, all right, the Mets are actual contenders out there. They actually got the a bat that they need. But, Javi Baez, yes, he did hit a home run in his first Mets uniform, great. But, this Mets team is almost like the Red Sox, so, disappointing that they have so much hype and whatnot, and they just can't really show it right here and right now. But don't give up hope on the Mets. I think that they still have a lot to improve on come this season and maybe next season. I think that they can definitely surpass everyone. And maybe, you know what? The Mets could be on a shock the world nation. Maybe it'll happen, and whatnot. Let's see, we got 2 comments from Austin here. I didn't want Baez so much. I wanted a pitcher or a third baseman, right? You and I talked about that. And what did he also say? They needed a pitcher or a third baseman more, in my opinion. I agree. The New York Mets were kind of in the Red Sox position, kind of needing like a first baseman, but, vice versa, switching the plate. We needed a first baseman. Y'all needed a third baseman. And, another person that comes to mind that when I think about this could have been maybe that y'all could have gotten Chris Bryant. Chris Bryant would have been the ideal player that y'all could have gotten. And I think that you guys would have been great with the acquisition of Chris Bryant because he has the power. And plus, here's the thing. You couldn't just throw him at third base. He's a guy that plays everywhere. Put him in left field, put him in center field. You can also throw him in right field too. Maybe throw him second base, first base. He's almost like a Brock Holt, if you guys think about it. Because Brock Holt, when he used to be on the Red Sox and Rangers and whatnot, and Brewers, he was a utility man. A utility man means that you can basically put him anywhere. Like, I thought Brock Holt only played second base. No, Brock Holt plays everywhere for the Red Sox. He played second base. He sometimes plays shortstop, third base, first base, and he even played some outfield. And boy, he pitched very slow ball, 35 miles per hour. Wow, is that slow as an MLB player? But wow. But guys, we are going to hit our first break, and we're going to talk more about the Boston Red Sox a little bit more. And we'll get in some NFL talk so that you guys can ask me more questions out here on TikTok and, out there on the YouTube world. But we will hit the break. I'm Devin Telegani, and this is Clutch. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Clutch. So we have a lot of viewers watching this, which is great. I've had the most viewers on here watching this 6, which is great. Hopefully by episode 20 we could get maybe 20 viewers or whatnot. But I appreciate all you guys for watching on TikTok and YouTube. This is really great. So here's a question I have for myself, and if you want to comment or chime in on YouTube or TikTok or whatnot, what should the Red Sox do with Matt Barnes right now? Because here's the thing. He's not looking like the closer that he was. And he's really not looking like the kind of closer that the Red Sox even expected. I'm even surprised that he was even in a closing spot for the Boston Red Sox. Matt Barnes, here's the thing. I don't know if you guys knew about this, but he was very up and down for me. Up and down, meaning that he'll blow saves, he'll blow leads and whatnot. And right now, Matt Barnes is looking like that for the Boston Red Sox. I'm very upset that, he's blowing leads. And, here's the thing. Am I surprised? Am I shocked? No, I'm not, because this is the player that Matt Barnes is supposed to be. But am I liking what he's becoming to be? He's becoming to be the old Matt Barnes right now. And I'm not happy about that. I'm really not happy about how he's becoming his old self for the Boston Red Sox. He saved a couple games here and there and whatnot. And, and here we go, Austin with a comment saying he's looking like Diaz for the Mets. He is. He is. He really is looking like Edwin Diaz for the New York Mets. And I'm not happy about that. I really am not. It's just, shocking to see that Matt Barnes is literally blowing leads for the Boston Red Sox. And it's not looking too well. If you have a run on the lead against the Tampa Bay Rays or the New York Yankees, I'm not trusting Matt Barnes right now. If I'm Alex Cora right now and you're asking me who would you go for the closer spot, I would go Garrett Whitlock because he's been pitching phenomenal well, and you can throw in Robles too. But I would definitely go with Garrett Whitlock as the Red Sox new closer. And I really think that he can strive and he can do well in a closing spot for the Boston Red Sox. If Matt Barnes can't do what he does right now, you have to go with Garrett Whitlock for the new closer for the Boston Red Sox. And, this team has had a lot of roller coasters, up and down, and whatnot. But this team has been very emotional, if you ask me. And I think that this team can possibly turn things around if they come back and win against Minnesota tonight. And then we have one more against them tomorrow night. And then we go Friday night we go up to Cleveland to face I'm calling them the Indians. I know that their names are the Guardians or whatnot, but I'm calling them the Indians until next season because, the name change I think is so stupid. Just leave it as it is. The Cleveland Indians. That's the name they should have had. That's the name they should have put and whatnot. And, it's just the name of the baseball team. You know, they've been there ever since, the team was created and founded and whatnot. I just hate how, people are changing names like the Washington football team and Red Sox, whatnot. And, and here we go, Austin, with the comment. Red Sox have so much potential. They are World Series contenders, but they are not showing it right now. They got to fix the issue right now, or they won't make the playoffs. Austin, man, you are just hitting the mark with these questions and answers right now. Because I agree. Because, by episode 1 of The Clutch, I was excited. I was pumped up about this Red Sox team. We were 8.5 games ahead of the New York Yankees and Tampa Bay Rays, but this team has been so agonizing. Yes, I'm using a very grown-up big word. Agony. This team is very frustrating. It's had a lot of ups and downs, but I really hope this team can come back to win against a really sad Minnesota Twins team. And, it's just not looking good for the Boston Red Sox. If they lose 2 out of 3 to the Minnesota Twins and the A's start winning, then the Red Sox are losing hopes for the playoffs right now. And, it's not looking good for this team. And I just don't know what to say. Hopefully by episode 17, I can say a lot of positive things. Because I think by episode number 17, the Red Sox will be playing the Rays for 4 games. Hopefully, they've either won 1 game or not, or they've had a lot of wins and whatnot. But, and we have one more question here from my TikTok live that says, who do you think will win the World Series? Now, that's a very early question to ask. We're almost in the end of August. But if you ask me this, a lot of teams, I think, can win the World Series. But the one team that I really think that has a lot of potential besides maybe the Red Sox, I want to see the Cheatstros, a.k.a. the Astros, in there. But if I go NL, I'm not going to say the Dodgers. I'm going to go with the San Diego Padres winning the World Series. Because here's the thing. They have a lot of potential, and they have a lot of, things to worry about and whatnot. And I think with Machado, with Tatis, I think they have a lot of potential. See Austin's comments right here. They're like the Mets. They have so much potential. Maybe they were too overhyped this year, and now they've lost focus. Maybe both teams can turn things around, make deep playoff run. Austin, I like your positivity. I really do. I really hope that this, Mets team can turn things around and maybe surpass the Phillies, but, we'll see what happens. But let's move on. Wipe our hands away from the Boston Red Sox right now. Boston official, how we doing? What is up? Let's talk about the big news that, I kind of saw coming for the New England Patriots. Patriots trade. Wow, I'm talking like Tweety Bird. Patriots trade away Sony Michel to the Rams, and we get draft picks in return. I love the trade. I love the trade because here's the thing. Sony Michel has been working out for the Patriots, but he hasn't been producing a lot for us. And if you guys saw in episode 15, I was talking about how Sony Michel, thank God I don't have to use that word again, but Sony Michel, and Austin's asking, why did you trade Sony Michel? So here's what I'm hearing about why we traded away Sony, aka Sony Michel. I'm gonna miss Sony. Yeah. Here's the thing. I will miss Sony Michel, but I think it was either between James White or Sony Michel to let go for the New England Patriots. But the reason why they probably let Sony Michel go is that if you think about it in kind factor, is that the Rams kind of needed a running back after Cam Akers, tore his ACL and is now out for the whole season. because they have now Henderson and now they have Sony Michel as running back options. And I think that's great for, I'm trying to think of Matthew Stafford right now because he needs some weapons. And picking up Sony Michel from the New England Patriots is a great weapon. He's, he scored 99 touchdowns said, the only touchdown against the Rams in Super Bowl 53. Super Bowl 53? Yeah, 53. And, I'm going to miss him. He was a great running back for the Patriots. Don't get me wrong. I love to see him running the ball. And, he was, Cam's weapon last season. But it really is going to be hard to see him go because, I kind of saw this coming. I was surprised to see him go. It's like a happy, sad moment for the Patriots. It really is. And Austin says here, Cam Akers tore his ACL to kill the team, and the second string got hurt yesterday as well. Right. So basically, right, like I said, the Rams needed a running back. We're in dire need of one, which is true. I think that this team has, a lot of potential with weapons and having their new quarterback in Matthew Stafford. Many people are counting out the Rams. I wouldn't count them out. I think that Matthew Stafford deserves to be in the playoffs. He's a top 15, maybe top 20 quarterback if you ask me, but we can get into the top 20s later or 10s. But I think that this team has a lot of potential, the Rams, with picking up Sony Michel. I think that it was a great move for the Rams. Am I going to miss him as a Patriot? Yes and no. No, because he sometimes got hurt and whatnot. But, this team has a lot of potential, and we need to get rid of some running backs because we have Stevenson, we have Harris, now we have James White, Brandon Bolden. It's just like one of those running backs we're going to be gone and whatnot. Let's see. And Austin's asking, how did the Giants and Patriots joint practice go? I don't know. I didn't watch it, because, it was preseason and, they're just warming up. So I didn't really watch the joint practices. But the Giants and Patriots are playing, I think, Sunday for their third and final game of the regular season. Wow. I'm getting too much ready for the regular season of preseason. And, I just love that, preseason will be over with. And there will be finally, after 2 weeks, answers to questions that many people have been asking, saying, Boston saw a few highlights. Okay, nice. There you go. But here's the thing. Many questions will be answered for this NFL season. And I'll talk about that in the next couple of minutes. But, questions like, how will Matthew Stafford do in a new uniform? Will Jared Goff perform well for a crappy team in the Lions? Maybe the Lions make the playoffs with Jared Goff. Not kidding. But, hey, anything can happen. How will Cam Newton do with the new shinery of weapons that the Patriots got in Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith, and whatnot? And, Aguilar and Kendrick Bourne. I'm excited for this Patriot season. I cannot wait to see what this team has inside for everyone. Many people on here are going to say, the dynasty's over, the Patriots aren't going to do well and whatnot. But I really think that this dynasty isn't over. This dynasty has just begun. And I think that, there are going to be a lot of haters and a lot of doubters out there that'll say, oh, blah, 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 the Patriots season's over. You guys aren't going to be making the playoffs. But you know what? With this preseason and the determination of Cam Newton, I think that this team has a lot to show. I think they really do. They have a lot to show. They have a lot to prove. And you know what? Like I've been saying to start off this podcast, Cam Newton is on a revenge tour. He really is. He's trying to prove the haters wrong and whatnot. Let's see, Austin has a prediction. Patriots are going 9-8, 10-7, or 11-6. Austin, man, I like the way you're thinking, man. I think that the Patriots can, basically go 11-6. 11-6 is my highest. 11-6 will be the highest I'll go for the Patriots. Maybe I'll be pushing it, saying 12-5, but I really think that this team can beyond a shock to the world. And here's the thing. I agree with what one of my TikTokers says. The Rams need one more good player to wrap up their offense together. And I agree. I think that the LA Rams, so I'll say St. Louis, the LA Rams just need that one shiny toy, whether it's a tight end, a wide receiver, because they just got a great running back. And, Sony Michel. I think he's going to do great. He's going to strive well in Rams uniform. I think he's going to do great. But I think that just like the Patriots, I keep saying, they just need one more weapon. Like maybe get like a Golden Tate. Try to trade for a Christian Kirk. Try to do something, Bill. Because here's the thing. You've impressed me this season. You've really impressed me, Bill Belichick. And if you're watching this, kudos to you. You've done the job that every Patriots fan has been waiting for. You really have. But guys, we're going to hit our last break. When we come back, the NFL season starts up soon. And what questions shall be answered for the NFL come in the next 2 weeks? We're going to hit the break. I'm Devin Telegani, and this is The Clutch. Welcome back to the final minutes of episode number 16 of The Clutch. If you guys are tuning in, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for all the likes, all the comments. Austin, thank you for the comments. And if all you guys want to come in, comment and whatnot, join in my TikTok live. If you guys want to follow me, Dev the Sports Guy, we are at 30K followers. I cannot believe that. But we got a very important question, everyone. The NFL season starts up soon. A lot of questions got to be answered, guys. Will Cam Newton strive for the New England Patriots in his second season after COVID last season? How well will the Browns do and whatnot? Austin says, awesome show, Dev, bro. This has been so much fun. I can't thank you enough. Hey, man, thank you for asking the questions. And let me hear it one time. I'm kidding. But here's the thing. The NFL season starts up very soon. Will Cam Newton and the New England Patriots strive with all their shiny new toys and weapons? If you ask me that, I think so. I think they will. I think the Patriots will do well. And I think the Patriots will make the playoffs. Wild card. I think they'll be the 6th or 7th seed, winning at least 10 to 11 games, for sure. Oh, let's go Giants out. Don't share that on my show. I'm not a Giants fan. I'm kidding. But, yeah, here's the thing. We just want to know what's going on, man. Here's the question everyone's asking me. Oh, with the whole COVID thing and, Cam Newton's not going to be, starting 5 days for the Patriots this week. Oh, my God, what's going to happen, Dev? Oh, my God, why are you? No, don't stress out about this. Everybody take a deep breath. Everyone take it easy. Everyone calm down and whatnot. I'm sorry. No, you can say your stuff, man. I'm kidding. But here's the thing. Yes, Cam Newton will start for the New England Patriots. And I think he'll do well. And here's the thing. I'm saying this on here because I think it'll happen. So here's the scenario. Let's go through the first 4 games for the New England Patriots. Dolphins home. Win. Away against the Jets. Win. Home against the Saints. Win. So that is 3-0. You know, Austin, I can't. Oh man, Austin, I love you, man. Thank you for putting up the questions, man. I really appreciate your commentary. Here's the thing: Patriots will be going 3-0. Patriots are going 3-0 before the Tampa Bay Bucs game. I can see it happening. I can see it striving. The Patriots are on a revenge tour. The Patriots are on a shock the world nation right now. And it's going to happen. I think that, the New England Patriots will be in a playoff berth, will be the 6th or 7th seed in the playoffs, and could possibly win maybe 2, maybe 3 games in the playoffs if this toys out really well. If it toys out well. Austin, I appreciate you so much for what's free. I wouldn't have been here today. Man, Austin, man. Other than Sneaky, you're my second favorite Giants fan on this right now. I appreciate everything you do, man. Thank you for coming on. But here's the thing. I think the New England Patriots will, definitely do well in the playoffs. I think they could win the wild card game. I think they win the second playoff game. AFC Championship, I don't know. That is big out there. And Philly Sports. Mazda Philly. What's up, Dev? What about Big Blue Ant? Yeah, don't worry. Big Blue Ant's up there, man. Don't worry. Big Blue Ant is up there. Sorry, third. Austin, you're my third. Big Blue Ant is second. You have to. And you have to appreciate Positive Philly on here. He asked me, what are your thoughts on the NL East? I think the NL East, since we're talking about football right here, it's fine. I can switch it up. Here's the thing. I think that the NL East, it's really interesting, if you ask me, because you got the Phillies, you got the Braves, and you got the Mets. And the other team in there, but don't at me if I'm wrong. But if you ask me who's going to be doing well this year for the NL East, I think it's the Phillies. The Philly, even though my second favorite team is the Mets, and as a Philly, you know this, and Austin, you know this, everyone else watching, you know this, that my second favorite team is the New York Mets. And I really think that the Philadelphia Phillies are going to be striving well in the playoffs this year. Possibly could they make it to the World Series? That's pushing it. That's pushing it. As Positive Philly says, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because if you guys don't know out there, out on my podcast, Positive Philly, from the name Philly, he is a Philadelphia Phillies fan. And I speak the truth. I really do. I really think that this team can, strive well in the playoffs. Because here's the thing. We need to end the drought. You know what? Positive Philly, a.k.a. Mike? Yeah. I think that you guys need to. This team hasn't won the World Series in over a decade, but they've been striving well in some playoffs here and there. But I think this team has a lot of potential. I think this team can do it, unlike the Mets. I can't believe I'm saying that, and I'm a Mets fan, but I think that the Philadelphia Phillies will do well in this year's playoffs. Because, just like the Boston Red Sox, the Red Sox are in a drought fight for, a playoff spot, but the Phillies are in a different spot. They're in first place. They're striving. They're doing well. I think the Phillies will do well. Now back to the NFL and what I was talking about. But big win. Let's go Yankees. Hey, you guys are on an 11-game winning streak, which is great right now. And so here's the thing. The NFL starts up. question is, let's see, we got 2 comments over here. Let's see what we got. From the mouth to God ears. From your mouth to God's ears. Yeah, sorry for the off topic. No, hey, it's fine to ask questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Because here's the thing. I could be talking about the NFL, and if you guys pop up here and ask about, football, baseball, even basketball, that's fine. Because it's my show. If you guys want to ask any more questions off topic, saying like, Devin, how's your whatnot, or what's going on in your life, that's fine, because it's my show, episode number 16. Next week will be episode number 17, and I appreciate everyone that's watching TikTok or everyone that's on here, watching it from YouTube. It's great. It's great to be off topic. Hey, even Sneaky G-Man, he goes off topic a lot, and it's fine. This is on YouTube. I'm making either a fool out of myself or I'm saying the right stuff at the wrong time. And you know what? I could give 2 craps about it because, it's my life. And, if I'm making a fool, great. If I'm not, even greater, because I really don't mind. Do you have people on your show? Should I start? Oh, sorry. Should I start my own show? Yeah, go right ahead. If you want to strive to do what's best for you, I say do it. Start your own show for sure. I mean, this is on StreamYard and this is on TikTok. And, here's the thing. Do you have people on the show? I've had my best friend Nick LeBlanc on the show. And if you want to be on the show, you can always hit me up and I can send you guys the link directly. And then we can come on here. We can talk sports and, chill out for, an hour or whatnot. But we're not, I don't know how the heck Sneaky G-Man does 4 hours. I cannot do 4 hours of podcasting. I can do 2 hours, maybe 3, but I cannot do 4 or 5. But yeah, if you guys want to be on the show, hit me up. I can send you the link. And, this is going to be awesome. Sonny Michelle is great. Deb, what's going on? Nathan, what's going on? Love the stream. I appreciate that. But guys, right before I end the show, 2 more questions. I think that's going to be answered. Like I said earlier about the whole Cam Newton saga, I think that, Cam Newton is going to do well for the New England Patriots second time. And here's the thing. The most second question that people should ask is that, thank you, man, for the fire. Appreciate that, brother. How well will Daniel Jones do his kind of 3rd season for the New York Giants? And here's a question that everyone strives and everyone wants to know. I really, I asked Giants fans, how do you think about Daniel Jones and how he'll do? The difference between last season and this season, the Giants have a lot of potential, I think, this season. I think that, if the Giants can do what they do, I think they'll do fine. I think they could possibly, I'm knocking on wood because I have a wood desk here, they could possibly make the playoffs, and I think that they can possibly win maybe 10-7 games. 11, I'll go with my highest. All you Giants and, NFC East fans out there. I really think the Giants can strive and do well. I really think so. Positive Philly, what's your other question, man? I'm here all day. What are your thoughts on Patriots trading for Sonny Michelle and the Rams to the Rams? So I just answered that. So I'll answer it right here, right now. Our O-line is still suspect. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. So let me get to Sonny Michelle. About Sonny Michelle, I think that it was a great move by the Rams. They needed a lot of help with running backs after Cam Akers was done for the season. And, I just love the trade. I think that, the Rams need one more shiny weapon and they'll do fine this year. So I kind of love the trade for Sonny Michelle, a.k.a. Sloaney Michelle, because he is a slow running back. But, going back to my Giants thought, I think that Kenny Golladay can have over 20 touchdowns. If Daniel Jones can make Kenny Golladay look like a great wide receiver, then I think the Giants can strive well this season. I think they can go 11-7, possibly win the division. If you ask me about the Dallas Cowboys, I think they could be probably second, third. But I really think the Giants can do well in this year. I really think that they can strive and do well. So Positive Philly goes, so you guys have Damian Harris and James White. We have them, and we also have what's his face? We have Stevenson, and we have Brendan Bolden as our running backs right now for the New England Patriots. So I really think that, yes, people on TikTok and, YouTube, they say that Daniel Jones is a laughing stock. But, like they say in the wonderful saying, third time is a charm. Because here's the thing, I think the Giants and the Patriots are kind of in the same dwellum of seasons this year. Because here's the thing, the Giants got a couple of shiny weapons for their offense. The Patriots got a lot of shiny weapons. And I really think that this team can surpass and shock the world. Both the New England Patriots and Giants are on a shock the world nation right here and right now. Because I really think, because many people think that Daniel Jones is not going to be good this year. And here's the thing, that may happen. I mean, I'm not God. I'm not Oprah Winfrey. I'm not Steve Harvey. I'm not Max Kellerman. Heck, I'm not even Stephen A. Smith. But I sometimes know my sports and I sometimes don't. But I really sometimes have some good opinions. But I'm not saying I'm right all the time because nobody is right 100% of the time. But here's the thing. I really think that the New York Giants and the New England Patriots, you see the same how they have new. I think that they are going to be in the playoffs this year. Here's the thing. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong because I'm wrong basically half of the time and whatnot. The Patriots have a great defense. The Patriots have a great O-line. The Giants' O-line is kind of their defense is great and whatnot, but this team is on a shock the world nation for the Giants and for the New England Patriots, and I can't wait to see what they got left. And then positively, you are Kevin Telgani, and you have good short takes. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that, brother. But guys, sadly, episode number 16 of the Clutch has come to an end. Guys, excuse me. I really appreciate all your commentary. Austin, thank you for the comments. And positively, thank you for coming in here. Guys, go follow the Sports Network on here so that you guys can comment. Coming from my TikTok, you guys can come on here. You guys can have your questions on live and we can sit and we can chat and whatnot. But I appreciate all you guys for watching episode number 16 of the Clutch. This is amazing. This is awesome. Guys, I'm always live for my episodes for the Clutch. Wednesdays, 8 o'clock p.m. So be there or be square. Guys, I really appreciate all you guys. I really feel like, crying tears of joy because I wouldn't be on here or on StreamYard if it wasn't for hard work and dedication. And that's what you guys need in life. If anyone tells you that you can't do it, always remember that you can do it. If you want to ask that girl out and you think that, you're out of her league, you know what? Shoot your shot. That's going to be my new phrase I should put up here. Shoot your shot. Go ahead. Go do it. If you're losing in Madden by 13 and you think it's 4th and 20 and you think you can't do it, I say go for it. I'm going to use Sneaky Jim and Sloman and make it count. Do what you want to do that's best for you. And that's all you need in life is to do well, strive well, and always say, I think I can or I know I can. And all of you guys can make it count, make it great, and shoot your shot. And do well. That's all you guys need to do in life is to really just be out there, do your best, have a smile, even if you're upset or whatnot. But again, guys, I appreciate all you guys for coming on for the questions. Austin, thank you again. Positive Philly, a.k.a. Mike. Guys, go follow their YouTube, go follow their TikToks and whatnot. You guys are really great. Thank you for all the input because, I would just be here sitting there, blabbling off. If it wasn't for you guys and the questions today, it would have made episode number 16 a spectacular one. So, guys, I appreciate everything. Thank you for the questions. And we will see you guys next week. Same time, same pretty face, and whatnot. We out here, Pat Nation. Woo! Episode number 16 of The Clutch. We will see you guys next time. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you.